A couple of months ago, I made a video where I said this. I am very confident in saying that this is the best macro phone coming in from 2024 to 2025. And that was very true. Well, since then, I've got my hands on the OPPO Find X8 Ultra, and this thing is an absolute beast. So in this video, I'm going to be taking the OPPO Find X8 Ultra for some hardcore macro photography, dropping it into Lightroom, and then evaluating it with you guys. We're also going to be comparing it to my favorite macro phone, the vivo X200 Pro. With the OPPO Find X8 Ultra, if you go into your camera, tap on the macro button, the camera instantly zooms into 3x. Within this, you can toggle between 3x or 6x of macro. You can still go beyond 6x all the way to 30x if you want even more magnification. This is very similar to the vivo X200 Pro that we saw last time, so definitely check out that video. Alright, so now we are here within Lightroom, and I'm going to be going through all of these photos with you guys, finding some flaws in these images, and also pixel peeping to find some details. Now, most of these shots I took at 3x and then 6x on the OPPO, starting off with the 3x shot taken of this flower here. This is at 70 mm, and this is a pretty good shot. Straight out of camera looks very nice. Let's zoom in to see the details. That's at 100% zoom. Let's do 50%. Very good details. Nothing looks overly sharpened. Just great details across. Colors look amazing, exactly how it did in person. Very, very happy with the shot. Then I try out the 6x. Again, crazy details, zooming in, beautiful sharpness. No over sharpening applied. This looks very natural, as if it was shot on a DSLR or a mirrorless. Next up, we've got this shot of a spider on a flower. I'm sorry if you don't like spiders. There's a lot of shot of spiders. A very good shot, great details, great white balance. Zooming in here, very good details, but I'm noticing a little bit of haloing around the petal here. I'm not sure what this is caused by. Within the macro mode, you'll actually see two options there, full clarity and then the natural blur. I think when you use the full clarity, it struggles a little bit with differentiating in depth. I'm not too sure. I might have to test this out more, but if you guys know, let me know in the comments. Now, punching into the 6x shot, no haloing here, but details are crazy good. This looks amazing. Just look at that push that you get in. Very, very nice. Now, next up, we have this shot taken at 3x. Great shot. You get that dew over there, the spider hiding under the leaf. But again, we're getting a little bit of that haloing. I am noticing a little bit of like pixel breaking here. Like, what is this stuff that I'm seeing? What is that? Punching in again to the 6x, and this shot looks significantly better. Just look at the difference between this punch and this punch. The subject isolation is incredible when you zoom in. Here, we're getting no haloing. It looks just perfect. And the details in the spider, very nice, very natural, great tones. Exactly what it looked like in person is what you're getting here, which is what I love about the OPPO phones. Next, we've got a shot of this fly, and you can see slightly soft focus, but very natural looking, great tones. Moving on, we have a shot of this leaf, and I think this looks beautiful. I know this isn't a super fancy shot, super professional, whatever, but color tones just look very nice. I think the green, the way it exposes for the green is so perfect. Zooming into the details here, you can see on the leaf, you're getting very nice details. The little flowers here look very, very good. Beautiful textures that you're getting on the leaf and the veins. But again, I'm noticing a little bit of haloing there. This is definitely something to do with the natural blur versus clarity thing. Moving on, punched up shot, 6x taken on the veins, looks beautiful. Same green shot. Look at that contrast that you're getting. Amazing edge separation because this is natural bokeh. Just beautiful depth and details. Here, I was taking a shot of these flowers, and then I noticed this tiny thing from the corner of my eye in the shot, and I zoomed in on that at 135 mm. And just look at those details. Like, honestly, what is this insect? It looks like an alien. Awesome shot. I love this one. We're getting that broken pixel thing up here again. Huh. So here we had this pattern happening up here. And then for this one, we have this happening here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this is more from a review unit because it's more early. In Malaysia, we actually don't get the final OPPO Find X8 Ultra. It's not even coming out here. So I'm gonna assume this is like a hardware issue, but I will check with OPPO and get back to you guys in the description or in the comments. Next up, we have a shot of some dew on leaves. Amazing shot. I don't have to say anything about this. I think this is beautiful. This is frame worthy, especially if I slap in a little bit of contrast, drop the exposure a little bit, just two sliders, and look at that result. Same for this one, I punched into 329 mm, way more than what the 6x gives you, and still maintaining some insane detail. This is that same bug zoomed in, 329 mm, and beautiful details once again. Right here, spider, 258 mm, and so here we kind of see a little bit of that AI processing applied, which I don't think looks very bad. It's enhancing those details, especially like, look at those just crazy, crazy details, especially here. You can kind of see the inners. This, I think, is snail eggs. I think. It's kind of gross, but looks awesome. 135mm, beautiful details. Again, if you apply a little bit of contrast, drop the exposure a little bit, just look how beautiful that looks. Here's a close-up shot of a snail, and wow, that's some crazy detail, guys. So the one thing, like I said, I noticed is the image looks very natural. This does not look post-processed and shot on the phone. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference between that over-sharpened phone look and something like this. This looks like it's shot on a mirrorless camera. Just beautiful details there. And the way it handles the highlights as well, amazing. Another shot of a water drop on a flower, 198mm, and just look at that. Crazy amount of detail in that shot as well. And of course, I couldn't do a macro video without a shot of the eye, and check this out, guys. Crazy, crazy results. Straight out of camera, completely unedited, beautiful details that I'm getting right here. I think this is one of my favorite shots, and if I were to just edit this even slightly, you can turn this into one of the most excellent shots that you can get. Kind of want to see these side by side, and look at that. So that's my eye, and then that's my wife's eye. Once again, crazy, crazy details. I love these shots. Now I promised you guys I'm going to compare it against the vivo X200 Pro, and these are the results. Let's check these out. And there it is, both shots compared side by side of this weird looking insect. I don't even know what that is, but there you go. 70mm on the OPPO Find X8 Ultra and then 85mm on the vivo X200 Pro. And both of these, straight out of camera, look amazing. You can see the white balance is very different. The OPPO Find X8 Ultra is warmer, while the vivo is slightly cooler with higher contrast. And this is something you'll notice throughout this comparison. The OPPO always is slightly warmer, the vivo is always slightly cooler. In terms of which was closer to natural lighting, that would be the OPPO. Now punching in here to the details, you can kind of see that the OPPO is slightly sharper on the back end of the insect, while vivo is more focused on the front. But sharpness wise, they would be pretty much exactly the same. Now let's look at the slightly tighter shot, 6x on the OPPO and the 7.4x on the vivo, and that's what it looks like side by side. 135mm, 170mm from the same spot, and you can see here, exposure wise, the vivo did a better job. I can actually see the eyes of the insect. The sharpness is slightly better as well, but punching into this shot is where it gets interesting. To me, on my screen, the vivo looks a little bit over processed, like the post-processing or AI has kicked in to really bring back the details, which can be a very good thing, especially on the spikes on the hair, bringing back the red in the eyes, and details just look all across incredible. On the OPPO, you're getting a little bit more of that natural look. You're losing a little bit of sharpness with focus, which is very, very natural with pro level cameras as well. So if that's your preference, that's gonna be great as well. None of these are wrong. Both of these look very, very good. It's just a matter of which one you prefer. Next, we have a shot of this grasshopper, and just like before, the vivo looks extremely punchy and contrasty, while the OPPO has more natural tones. Punching in while looking at the focus, you can see both of them kind of missed focus, but the OPPO has the back legs, while the vivo has the wood up front in focus. In terms of sharpness and what looks more natural, the OPPO looks a little bit more natural, while the vivo looks slightly artificially processed. Once again, you can see that in the hair here. Next up, there's this shot, and once again, 135 versus 170. This is one of the greatest ones. Just look at the details that you're getting in both of these. Beautifully focused on the insect itself. When you push in and zoom, you can see that the vivo is slightly artificially enhanced. OPPO seems to give you a lot more natural sharpness, while the vivo looks to be enhanced using AI. Again, neither of these are wrong. If you prefer that enhanced look, then the vivo is better. But if you want that natural, true to life sort of tone, then the OPPO Find X8 Ultra is definitely winning in that. And the final comparison shot, and this kind of sums it up again, the vivo looks absolutely amazing. Straight out of camera, post-processing kind of applied, very good details, while the OPPO looks a lot more natural and what you'd see in real life. Now, if I crop in here and take a look at the details, the vivo is absolutely destroying the OPPO in terms of details, but again, that's because of artificial intelligence being applied, while the OPPO looks a lot more natural and true to life. Even zooming into 100%, you can clearly see how much more detail you're getting with the vivo. Look at the hair right over here, while on the OPPO, it's kind of completely gone, all because of that beautiful AI processing. Just look at the individual hair here, while this is completely faded, and the details back here as well. The vivo is significantly better. So again, it's a very situational thing. In some situations, I feel like the vivo is way too processed, while in other situations, I wish that the OPPO was a little bit more processed. So I think something in between both of these phones would be absolutely insanely good. but in some situations, the Vivo is better. In some situations, the OPPO is better. I'm honestly blown away with how good the camera quality is on the Find X8 Ultra. Every single shot that I took had incredible processing, great details, and the zoom and magnification you're getting on this is top notch. The one thing I absolutely love on the Find X8 Ultra that I think it even beats the X200 Pro at is its white balance and the way it exposes for color perfectly. But at the end of the day, if you want a shot that looks perfectly post-processed with incredible background separation and detail, the X200 Pro is going to be your choice. But if you want something that looks more natural, true to life, and you want to edit on top of that, then the OPPO Find X8 Ultra is the better choice for you. But with that being said though, if you want a phone for macro photography that's amazing, both of these are insanely good. Honestly, for me, it's very hard to pick. Well, that's it for me for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm way more active there. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, take care.